Hey friends, if you're interested in the latest immigration news about what's going on Capitol Hill with immigration reform, watch this video. In this one, we're going to talk about what happened this week on Capitol Hill, in which senators and House members are actually looking to include some immigration reform in the next budget infrastructure bill. Also, we're going to talk about a hearing that was held on Capitol Hill that that considered the House version, H.R. 6, the American Dream and Promise Act, which passed the House of Representatives a few months ago. So if you're interested in learning more about all of these issues, watch this video. For those of you who are new to me, welcome. I'm Latoya McBean Pompey, an immigration lawyer working with people all over the United States and in many different countries. Contact McBean Law so that we can see how we could help you. Just go on our website at McBeanLaw.com to book your consultation. Okay, guys, so let's get into it. Immigration reform. We haven't talked about this in a while, right? And that's because things were largely silent on Capitol Hill. Not a whole lot was really going on Capitol Hill over the past few weeks around immigration reform. But just this week, and I'm going to pull up the AP article. Just this week, AP reported that the Democrats, here it is, Democrats are eyeing a $6 trillion plan on infrastructure, Medicare, and immigration, okay? And immigration. And I'm going to just zoom in a little bit so that we can have a look here at the article. And the article says that Democrats are eyeing a $6 trillion infrastructure investment plan that goes far beyond roads and bridges to include core party priorities, from lowering the Medicare eligibility age to 60 and adding dental, vision, and hearing benefits, to incorporating a long-running effort to provide legal status for certain immigrants, including dreamers, okay? And so, guys, what's happening is that the Senate is preparing a draft budget document that that would focus in on President Biden's big legislative proposals, according to this AP article. And it goes very far. It goes much further than a bipartisan deal that some members of Congress have been negotiating behind the scenes that would provide a $1 trillion plan, $1 trillion plan for infrastructure, for the infrastructure bill. Let me just jump down to the other section in this article, in which it talked a little bit about the immigration aspect of what they're working on. It says, the AP article also says, they also expect to raise revenue by allowing some immigrants to apply for a path to legal status and citizenship. Young immigrants, including dreamers living in the country illegally, who were brought here as children, and others with temporary protected status, are among those potentially included. Some are pushing to include immigrants who are essential workers. And Senator Alex Padilla out of California, the sponsor of the Citizenship Act for essential workers, said, I'm optimistic. And he was among the group of senators who were discussing these budget issues on Thursday. And so he's pretty optimistic here that something around immigration, essential workers, could potentially be included in this. And so let's see what they carve out. Okay, let's see what they carve out over the next couple of weeks, and as they begin to really put some things in motion on Capitol Hill. Now, there is another issue that I want to touch on in this session as well, another update regarding the H.R. 6, the American Dream and Promise Act, which passed the House of Representatives a few months ago. And just to refresh your memory, that legislation would allow for lawful status to, well, first of all, it would basically make DACA permanent and allow DACA recipients an opportunity to get a green card. And then it would also expand the pool of young people who came into this country at the age of 18 or younger, and allow them to have a lawful status, as well as people with TPS, temporary protected status, and DED. Now, a hearing was held. A hearing was held earlier on Tuesday, actually, about what to do with HR 6, right? What is the Senate's response to the bill? And it was actually a very interesting discussion that happened, because on the one hand, Republican members on the Senate Judiciary Committee were saying things like, well, this bill goes way too far. It includes, will help up to 4 million people. This is too big. This is not really what we want to do, not at this time. This is not something that the Senate will even consider. What they really want to consider, according to the Republican senators, what they really would like to see happen is for the original DACA bill to be brought to the floor to codify or make permanent DACA, the DACA program, which touches about 600,000, a little over 600,000 people. That's where they want to keep the focus, the Republicans, on a much narrower proposal that would only focus in on a legal status, permanent lawful status for DACA holders, DACA recipients. Now, of course, the other part of the discussion on the Senate side, on the Republican side, I should say, is the fact that border security, border measures need to also be part of anything that they do. Now, Senator Cornyn at the hearing said radical policies that reward illegal immigration will not pass the Senate, and it's unfair for DACA recipients to tie their fate to such ill-considered legislation. What's really needed from his standpoint is a clean bipartisan bill. That's what they need to advance. That's the only thing. That is the only path forward, according to Senator Cornyn. And so they also went on to say on the Republican side that there is no bipartisan support for HR 6 in the Senate. So, of course, the Democrats on the committee, along with witnesses that were at the hearing that day, raised a lot of arguments about why it makes sense from an economic standpoint and other standpoint to expand legal status or make available lawful status to those, to more people, to more people. So they had that hearing on Capitol Hill. And so we'll see how things progress with respect to that HR 6 American Dream and Promise Act. Now, guys, before we go, I do want to remind you that I have some terrific online courses ranging from $19 to $497, including my marriage petition program. So you want to click on the links below in the description and sign up for one of my on-demand courses. And then also just want to remind you too that you should book an appointment with McBean Law. Go on our website, book your virtual consultation. We're meeting with people literally, as I always say, all over the US and in many different countries. And so book online. That's the best way for you to handle this. Get your video meeting in, or your telephone meeting or Skype meeting in with us. We'd be happy to talk with you to see how we may help you. Now, we don't take removal cases outside of New York. So for those of you who are in removal, we only accept removal cases in Manhattan, okay? And then lastly, friends, I do want to remind you to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my videos as they come out each week. And with that being said, guys, thanks so much for being with me in this one. It was great breaking down this news with you. Thanks so much. Share this video with other people. Share it on Facebook, on WhatsApp. Get on our email list as well so that you won't miss our weekly news breakdown, my weekly news breakdown. The link is in the bio as well to get on our email list. Guys, I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for being with me. Bye-bye.